Let's see what we got. Check it out. Yeah. I'll check out the first video. Hold up. What is this? What is this?
Yes, sir. Woo! Today, folks, I got Tanner here. I'm not. Yeah. Wave your hand.
Yes.
They will not be able to see this. All right.
Don't see this.
Don't see this.
You can't walk. Like you try to watch them and it's just like
You go legally blind.
yeah.
Today we're playing. We haven't even decided who's playing.
We're playing Pikmin 2.
We're playing Pikmin. Somebody's gonna be playing Pikmin 2 today.
I'm playing Pikmin 2.
Yeah. So
Have you ever played Pikmin before?
I've never played any Pikmin games. No.
Well,
You ever played Kirby Dream Land 3?
I have played Kirby Dream Land 3.
You look up all the games on my shelf for Kirby Dream Land 3, like on the Xbox 360.
What's going on?
Tanner we were gonna play Metroid Prime, but Tanner literally forgot his copy at home.
Yeah, I was playing the Prime trilogy at my house and I brought the case, but I did not bring the game in the case. I forgot.
Squish the Pikmin.
Oh my goodness.
This is such an animated one.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Just over here, like.
I never played Pikmin.
He comes in, like.
Me neither.
Like Drake.
What? Wait, what? What are they talking about? Wait, okay. I think they're just adding it for no reason.
Yeah, it's funny.
Just over here, like.
I can join you, yeah. I need to reinstall it.
Like.
Oh,
Drake.
I get it.
Like he's
Just
on the-
Drake just lands there.
No!
No, I hate it. No, I don't have bags. I don't care.
They're gonna slip out because your finger's gonna be rubbing against
Fine, then we're gonna freaking
Wow, I like how they're still playing the Wii.
rebuild the Wii.
Pikmin is
Okay, there it is.
They're gonna slip out because your finger's gonna be rubbing against
fine, then we're gonna freaking
I think I missed the whole point. Hold up.
like Drake. Like he's on the ship.
remote foreskin off of here.
No!
No, I hate it. No, I don't have bags. I don't care.
They're gonna slip out because your finger's gonna be rubbing against
Fine, then we're gonna freaking
You did it wrong. Rebuild the Wii.
Pikmin is one of my favorite series of games ever.
He just says that. Like, there's no reason. Okay.
Yes.
It's funny, though. Okay, no bad.
Battle?
There is multiplayer. I've never played it though. Pikmin 2 save data. Yes, sir.
There's an option that says maybe. Like, oh,
Maybe, and they're like, okay. Like you stay on the screen forever now. Poker Tape Fright is a long-haul deep space shipping company. Yeah, he works for a
He's a-
Galactic FedEx.
yeah, he's like, oh, so he's not a truck.
Only employee of any merit, Captain Walmart. Crash Win.
What was that edit?
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Yeah, I know, it's so good. Oh, the president is great. His, you know they have the whistle in Pikmin, right? The president's is a car horn.
No way.
It's like, because we're not gonna get that far. That's like beating the game when you get to play as the president. Yeah, the plot here is like they're highly in debt because like Louis said, grabbing his space spawn, he ate the golden pig carrots, and now they're in debt. But in reality, Louis ate all of them.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in like a secret ending cutscene, you can figure that out.
That's amazing.
That he ate all of them and put the company in debt. Louis is the villain. He's in like top 5 video game characters to become war criminals. As he will, yeah, and they're in 10,000 Poco debt. But Olmar came with a souvenir from PNF 404, which is the name of the Pikmin planet. That's more than a year's salary.
funky ass nigga. And you know what you do after that, bitch? You eat that motherfucker, you fat ass nigga.
And as is Pikmin tradition, Olimar can't die. And Louis dies.
See,
Not even paying attention.
okay, I like that one. That was a good edit. I always do that.
Captain Olimar, I have just established my communications link with Louis. I read that horribly. It is fortunate we have managed to confirm his safety.
Minus.
It's storming!
Oh yeah, he's dead now.
They really need somebody to tell. How did you do that?
Just minus. Switch captains. And he's like, allow me to assess your condition. You have broken every bone in your body, you have internal bleeding, and you're gonna die. Sorry.
Oh god, you have asbestos.
Look at his little, like, I forgot he looks like a little gangster in this game too. Yeah, see what I mean. I'm just gonna go, just like, yeah, look.
Yeah, so the
Look at him. Oh! They're so cute. I love Pikmin. They're like cute in a very unique way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they aren't traditionally cute, but they're still cute. I also never noticed that apparently the pause has a little sound from the Wii remote.
That's cool.
That literally doesn't play in the game. I've never heard that before.
It's like the opposite of Mario Sluggers. When you play Mario Sluggers, like coming out the Wiimote.
Or like
That's so-
Brawl.
Oh yeah.
Fucking love Brawls like Wario. You pick Pikachu and it's like it's like horrible.
Sonic.
Luigi.
Donkey Kong.
And this,
Oh boy.
yeah, this game has a lot of like product placement. Like you straight up get a 7 out of 10.
Oh, I have like chapstick.
You get some like Burt's Bees,
Yes.
that like lip ointment or like cold sore ointment.
Oh, I love Burt's Bees.
Good thing I don't know if
No.
turn that garbage off. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. They're stupid. Maybe a flip.
Dang.
Yeah, he do a little backflip. But you know, but oh yeah.
LeBron Jahamet.
And then they take the battery back and we wait for that shit. Awesome.
LeBron James, what?
The gameplay's riveting. It does though, but like, dog. Some of the caves in this game, like, our Don't Steal This viewers who have played Pikmin 2, you know what I'm talking about.
It's just you in the comments, like I totally know what Tanner's talking about.
But they like turn around and come to.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, what was that?
I love their logo.
Alright, they made it. Almost.
We almost got it.
And we got 280 Pokos.
Oh wow, already.
You pay off your debt hella fast. Sorry, I shouldn't be skipping this. Yeah, it's basically just telling us, like, the Pikmin planet gets really dangerous at night and we gotta take through the atmosphere to go in the morning. That's the in-universe reason why they have to. This, like, this Pikmin end of day thing, also, yeah, it tracks how they died and what. They can die in a battle, sunset, fire, water, electricity, explosion, and poison.
Like damn.
It's like, damn! That's a dead. Oh! Hey, what's going on? Ah!
Hey, why am I on the screen?
溺れないキーピクミンは高く飛ぶ紫ピクミン力持ち白ピクミンには毒がある
Wait, they changed. Oh, I missed the Spongebob thumbnail. What is this? He's just smiling. Oh well. Good job. Freaking Andrew. I totally know what Tanner's talking about. You still have your Wii. Okay, that's funny. Let's just check out a little bit of the icebreakers then. Check out a little bit of it. Just a little bit of it.
So, you want to relive your disturbing past? Allow me to guide you. Welcome to the Gen Z childhood trauma iceberg, the lost entries.
You've been warned, guys. This is a little disturbing, but not all of them are. Only if you feel it like it is. Things that look disturbing, things that just doesn't seem right. Those are the things you're gonna see, alright? So, be warned. About like 10 minutes of this.
So, what even is this, huh? What's happening? Well, while I was creating the community iceberg, I had an original draft of it that unfortunately got lost because my computer crashed. Everything in it was just wiped. I wanted to add most of the entries back in, and I got a couple, but I just couldn't remember most of them. But I've been able to jog my memory and add them all back, and now the lost entries will all be in this video. So this is the full series of the community iceberg, so part 1 and part 2. And once part 2 starts,
I've literally seen all of them.
if you haven't already seen the original childhood trauma iceberg video, then I highly suggest you do that before you watch this, since this is pretty much just a sequel to that. As always, if you're a younger kid, I recommend clicking off the video since I really don't want to be responsible for any nightmare fuel. Alright, without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off at the tip of the iceberg image, we've got the Spongebob Flying Dutchman. So, this entry is referring to the Flying Dutchman from Spongebob. It's pretty self-explanatory, but if you don't know, this character has some pretty creepy moments and puts SpongeBob and Patrick through some pretty bad
I
stuff.
mean,
There's also an episode where he's SpongeBob's roommate and he transforms into very creepy
oh yeah, that part.
I know definitely scared a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Bloody
I mean,
stick figure animation.
yeah,
Back in
kinda.
the 2000s, stick figures fighting was the coolest thing for some reason. Lots of these animations were bloody and violent, which scared lots of kids, including me. Nowadays, these videos are very, very nostalgic, but back then they were pretty scary to some. Booba. Booba was an old show that was kind of similar to Teletubbies. I
Oh
personally
god,
loved it
what the
back when I
fuck
was
is that?
2 or 3 years old, but seeing footage of it nowadays,
I've never
I can
seen
totally
this.
see how kids found this creepy. It's just weird and doesn't make sense most of the time.
Oh, my
I remember
eyes.
Being a younger kid, seeing this late at night or early in the morning, and just being scared and confused by the weird flashing lights.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Honestly, I don't know what they were thinking. Family Guy. This is pretty self-explanatory, but some might be confused by it. When I was a kid, I was frequently warned not to watch shows like Family Guy, The Simpsons, and South Park, as they were inappropriate
True.
and scary. Family Guy itself went through a super edgy phase in the 2000s, and lots of kids were witness to very violent and bloody scenes when watching the show, either with an older sibling or maybe on Adult Swim when the kid wasn't supposed to be watching. I can totally see why people suggested this. Happy Appy. Happy Appy
Oh,
was
yeah.
an incredibly popular
Oh,
creepypasta,
creepypasta.
Nick Jr. TV show about a claymation apple on a rusty stick helping kids with their injuries. Eventually, the show gets all evil and starts to predict real-world actual tragedies and depicts kids getting hurt. The writer then starts getting stalked by the creator of the show, who's like a monster guy or something. It's not a
Yeah, I do
great
know it.
story, but at the time it was very creepy, and I thought it might have actually existed.
Creepy ass
I remember
apple.
looking at old
It just gets
YouTube videos
worse.
online claiming to display real footage of the show. And
Like,
obviously they were fake, but it was
they were-
still cool to think about.
Yeah, there's just too much.
THX logo. Here, let me just
What were they thinking? I mean, I was fine with this.
This thing scared a lot of kids because of the loud sound.
That's,
I personally
yeah.
always liked the logo since it would usually play before my Star Wars and Toy Story
Yeah,
DVDs, so I
true.
knew I was in for something good after it.
Hell yeah.
There were many, many comments talking about how much this scared them, and I get it. Often the sound was way louder than the rest of the audio coming from the TV, so it could really just come as a shock. Twilight goes crazy. This is referring to an episode of My Little Pony by the name of Lesson Zero, where after
fuck?
trying very hard to solve
Wait.
a friendship problem that isn't there, Twilight snaps and decides to make one. The following scenes show her being crazy with
The
this
fuck?
face. Yeah, I remember this freaking me out back in the day.
What
It was a
the
huge
hell?
community. The Glitch.
Seen it? Oh
This
shit.
was an old video from the channel Corridor Digital. It was basically a video game crossover with a bunch of different characters suffering through a glitchy world. The scariest scene in my opinion is this one of Mario clipping through the floor. His face starts to get all deformed and creepy as he mutters his final words being "help me." Eventually, Minecraft Steve unplugs the world and the video ends. I was always fascinated with this video, finding it through the Kids React video on it, and yeah, it was pretty scary. The House of the Dead games. The House of the Dead is a series of arcade
Oh, yeah, I played that a lot.
zombies and
Yeah.
save survivors.
Oh
The
yeah.
games are awesome, but being a little kid seeing one of them at the arcade, movie theater, or bowling alley could be pretty creepy.
Yeah, especially that freaking
Concept
bad
of
guy.
Zombies coming at you and
The little
blasting you with
high-pitched
bloody
guy.
guns is pretty disturbing for a younger kid. The House of the Dead is best known online thanks to the terrible voice acting in the second game.
I've been waiting for you, friends.
Goldman! Do you know what you're doing?
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see? Man committed a sin, disturbing the life cycle of nature. The original sin that man is responsible to protect the life cycle.
Happy Wheels. Oof,
It's
this
okay.
one hits close to home. Happy Wheels is an incredibly popular game that
Listen,
was
that's
all
the
over
whole
YouTube back in
point
90s.
of the game.
The game basically consisted of the player trying to direct someone on a vehicle.
Why
through
are
the
kids playing
mountains.
this? They shouldn't.
What made the game scary to me and many other kids was the gore. Though unrealistic, the blood and guts disturbed a lot of kids, and that's why the community suggested it. Sonic.exe.
Rooster teeth.
Sonic.exe is a classic creepypasta about an evil copy of Sonic. The story itself was and is terrible, but there was some pretty creepy imagery involved. What scared me the most is the game that someone made to go along with the story. The game had some pretty creepy imagery, including this image. This I am God screen really just stayed in my mind whenever I was trying to go to sleep. This, of course, scared
I
tons
mean,
of kids,
if Sonic's
but
was
somehow
bad, you know?
itself in our collective memory. There are a bunch of sequels to the story, and they're all pretty terrible. New Sponge. This entry is referring to a scene in SpongeBob SquarePants where SpongeBob does a commercial shoot and gets used as an actual sponge. This scared lots of kids and especially me. I was probably like 2 or 3 years old when I saw this, and it made me never want to watch SpongeBob again.
What?
Seeing SpongeBob in pain being used for disgusting things was always very disturbing. We are like brothers.
He's a sponge.
This
Okay.
entry is referring to this scene from SpongeBob.
For you and me,
Okay, this one's kind of creepy, yeah.
only closer.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, Ava. Welcome to
kind
the
of
stream.
unsettling. I personally find it pretty funny, but I could totally see
Primate
why
of Flame. Yes, that's...
Toy Story monkey.
Yes, hello.
Let's be real. This monkey.
Oh, this guy,
is
yes,
scary.
creepy, yeah.
When I first saw Toy Story 3 in the theaters, I just looked away because of how scary I found it. Honestly, I feel like the
I know, I thought he was
animation made the
crazy.
monkey terrifying to really make it feel like a threat. The monkey itself is actually a real-life toy, which is just as creepy in real life. I also want
Yeah.
to mention that these little monkeys were used as grenades in the Call of Duty Zombies franchise. And
Yep.
they scared kids there too. Honestly, like, when they first made this toy, it wasn't made to be scary. This was supposed to be a children's toy for kids to play with.
Why are the eyes red, though?
It's so bizarre.
What? Look at the eyes. Why they make it like that?
Curse of the Were-Rabbit. This was a movie about Wallace and Gromit starting a pest
It
control.
looks high.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but eventually Wallace turns into a rabbit, which scared a lot of kids, including my friend Will. I know you're watching, Will. But yeah, it was actually pretty scary to a lot of kids. The fact that it's stop motion alone makes it pretty creepy on its own, but the imagery and story are pretty scary as well. Tip of the Iceberg. Where the Wild Things Are movie. Where the Wild Things Are is a
Oh, the
classic
movie.
written by Maurice Sendak.
Yeah.
In 2009, a movie adaptation was released, and it was terrible. It was incredibly realistic looking, and for some reason, there was a lot of nightmare
Yeah.
in the film, especially a scene where one of the Wild Thing's arms gets ripped off. Yeah, I got no idea what they were thinking. The movie flopped in the box office, and not many people actually liked it that much. It wasn't a good adaptation of the
Yeah,
book.
this movie, I don't know. I don't know. It, yeah.
This one is pretty self-explanatory.
Oh,
but it makes
what the
For those
fuck?
who don't know, Spirit Halloween is a seasonal Halloween chain store that started in 1983.
What the fuck?
They usually got animatronics on display that you can activate with a little stepping pad.
Oh,
A lot
shit.
of the time, the animatronics would spring to life and just terrify kids. I remember once I was at a spirit store and I saw a kid step on the pad and get jump scared. The kid was so startled that he basically flew backwards, and it was hilarious. Jurassic Park death scenes. This one is very self-explanatory. The scenes in Jurassic Park where a human would get eaten alive were very frightening when you saw them. as
Oh,
a
of
kid.
course, yeah.
SpongeBob,
Yeah.
This entry is referring to.
Oh, yeah, like the realistic guy and the little drip. It ain't that bad.
Tom Kenny, the voice actor
Come
of
on.
SpongeBob.
It's just a
Many
face.
people had commented about how much this scene scared them, and yeah, I get it. To those who were traumatized
What?
by this, I'm sorry for
It's just a
forgetting you.
phase. Oh, okay, whatever.
I'm Scared. I'm Scared is a meta horror game that protagonizes the player, putting them in a surreal first-person experience. The game is done with a pixelated art style and was played by big YouTubers like Markiplier. It's most famous for this face. Yeah, that's pretty creepy. Return of Raggedy Android. This was an episode of the Nickelodeon cartoon My Life as a Teenage Robot. To make it brief, the main character is a robot who gets treated like a robot by the people.
Oh yeah, that
She doesn't
freaking
like this
creepy
monster
like
a real human girl. So her creator makes a skin suit
Hey,
that she can wear
what are you
to
doing?
make her look like a
I
human.
hear you.
The thing
Hey, Jenny.
clings on her like venom from Spider-Man, and it's pretty unsettling. Eventually,
Oh, no,
Ven's
she's
skin
drinking
very
water, never mind.
quickly attacks XJ9
She's just
with
drinking water.
something, and it's just unnerving. Imagine a little kid watching TV only to see this. Yeah, I 100% understand why this scared so many people. I first saw the episode in 2018, and even then I was surprised that this aired on Nickelodeon. Spongebob Gorilla.
Yeah, it was
This
too
entry is referring to that
creepy.
scene
The
in
doll was
SpongeBob
creepy
where
too.
Patrick dresses up as a gorilla, only to reveal a
Oh,
live-action
come
person
on.
to tear off a Patrick skin.
It's just a gorilla.
Puts Patrick and Sandy in a bag and starts smashing it against the floor and beating it up in a bunch of different ways.
I mean, when I was a kid, I thought it was like,
SpongeBob
damn,
rips
they were
it
getting
in half.
killed. Down, yeah, no.
SpongeBob then asks what a gorilla is doing underwater. The gorilla then flees with a little horse guy and
You're making it sound scary, but when you watch the actual clip,
the end of the scene
lands again
really
out of
encapsulates
here.
my feelings on it.
they just turn
Jonah
off.
Pumpkin Seed. This entry is referring to a scene in VeggieTales where the pirates who don't do anything and Jonah from the Bible enter an
true.
arena and get captured. They are then put in guillotines and they see a pumpkin with a face on it get smashed by the blade. Yeah, honestly, it's pretty violent and off-putting when watching as a little kid. You wouldn't really expect something like this from
Sheesh.
VeggieTales. The Garfield Show Exterminator ad. This entry is referring to an episode of the Garfield Show where John Arpel's house is full of mice. John then shows Garfield an advert for an extermination company. It shows 2D animation of mice being exterminated while a voice maniacally advertises the company's services. I used to be a huge fan of the Garfield Show back in the day, and I kind of remember this freaking me out. The Mayan Calendar. The Mayan Calendar is a system of calendars used in pre-Columbian Mesoamerica and in many modern countries in the Guatemalan highlands. The year 2012 was suspected to be the end of the world because the Mayan calendar ended in that year. Of course, nothing happened, but there was a lot of speculation
Yes.
as to what would happen. And of
Well,
course, the
I guess you could say
calendar
Mexican.
was
Maya
a
is like, yeah.
anxiety-inducing thing to many
Yeah,
people.
yeah, same, I guess.
I remember
Maybe.
looking at a video on that old 3DS
I'm not
video
sure.
platform with those little dinosaur claymations. Apparently, the Mayan calendar was inaccurate, and it's actually 2021 that's supposed to be the end of the world, or 2022 or something. So, yeah.
Don't do that.
Two-sentence horror stories. This one is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah,
Two-sentence horror
okay.
stories are just that. The one that scared me the most goes a little something like this. I begin tucking him into bed, and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement, and I see him, another him, under the bed, looking back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed.
Shit.
Don't hug me, I'm scared." So this was the #1 requested.
Yeah, definitely this one. Definitely.
Video asking why this wasn't on the list. Don't Hug Me, I'm
This
Scared
series,
is a
dude,
series
it's-
created by British filmmakers Becky Sloan and
I don't
Jason
know.
Murphy that
It
are
looked so.
essentially a
They did a good job with all the animation, but then they just went a bad turn.
The first episode released in 2000.
Hey, it ain't that bad, but when I was young, it didn't
If you
that.
somehow haven't seen a Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared video,
I don't know.
suggest that you do. Essentially, they all start off like innocent puppet shows until an inanimate object comes to life and starts singing to the puppets and teaching them a lesson. It seems fine at first, but the lessons are always very flawed and incorrect. The series has spawned tons and tons of fan theories, with the biggest ones being about how media influences the youth in negative ways. That's a very simplified version of explaining it, since there were tons of
Frickin'
little
dad.
hidden things in the videos, and if you haven't watched Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, then I suggest that you do. Maybe just pause this video, watch the series. It's
I've
very
seen all of it, yeah.
Garbage Pail Kids. So this one is more of an 80s kid thing, but I know it sure scared me. Garbage Pail Kids were a brand of trading cards parodying the Cabbage Patch Dolls. Lots of these cards had some disturbing designs and names.
What
There
the
was also a movie
freak?
which was critically panned and had disgusting designs for the
Ugh.
I remember watching the Irate Gamers video on them and being really scared of the characters, and that preventing me from sleeping a few times. Ren and
Why?
Ren and Stimpy was a classic
Oh, yeah, Ren and Stimpy, of
Nickelodeon
course.
cartoon show that many people
Of
loved the
course.
remix of. The show had a lot of
What a
really
crazy
gross
show.
humor in it, which could often be scary to younger kids.
What a
Generally, it
show.
was for older audiences, but a lot of younger audiences watched it as well and got scared.
I mean, it is a
The creator of
cartoon.
the show was a terrible person.
This should have been an Adult Swim show.
His name is John Chris Felucci.
It should have been a.
Support him or his work. Blame It on Hoodham made a great video on the topic, so I suggest that you check that out. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory animatronics burning scene. So, in the 2005 Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie, they added a scene that wasn't in the book or the original movie.
Oh wait, no, I remember that
It showed a
scene.
bunch of animatronic
The
dolls
beginning
assembling
part.
It's a Small World character.
Yeah.
Greeting the golden ticket winners with a song.
Yeah. The beginning of the gate. Yeah. The welcoming animatronics.
The animatronics start to melt and burn with eyeballs popping out and the lips falling off and just general scary imagery. I remember I always hated the scene whenever I watched this movie and, well, so did you guys. Thomas Bull scene. This is referring to a scene in Thomas the Tank Engine by the name of Bull's Eyes.
He cannot show any of this because it's freaking copyright.
I can see how this Bull character could be kind of unnerving, just standing there, you know, when you're a
Look what we have to do to avoid
It
it.
was suggested by Jackson of the Chill
Like,
Out
what am I
podcast
watching?
I was on. As the name implies, it's very chill, so if you're interested, I would suggest checking it out. Shallow Waters. School PSAs. So this one is pretty self-explanatory, and I'm sure that you can see how something like this would be terrifying.
Okay.
I don't want this video to get hidden, since this is very sensitive material, but I think you guys would know how and why this would be traumatizing.
What?
Black licorice. So,
I don't like
back in
it.
the day, Nickelodeon offered little
Ah.
called Clickamajigs. This one was for Halloween and featured little characters with the faces of kids going around trick-or-treating. You got a bowl of caramel and black licorice.
You get one
Caramel,
cube.
they're happy, but eventually you run out of caramel. If you give a kid black licorice, this is what happens. Yeah, what the hell were they thinking?
What the fuck?
Who greenlit this?
What is that?
Kids.
What
It was kind of a
is
prank,
that?
because you could then email the game to a friend and prank them, you know, having them not expect the jump scare, but still. House fancy toenail scene. Alright, so this one's a bit of a gory one, so I'm just warning you now that this might be a bit triggering for some. So, for whatever reason, around season 6...
I mean, it ain't that
they made this
bad,
big shift in
because-
humor where there was a lot of just really gross or really mean-spirited
Yeah, I mean,
jokes.
this was very
In this
like
episode,
ugh.
Spongebob is helping Squidward move furniture. They're moving a couch around, and unfortunately, said couch
Ah,
falls directly on Squidward's
why?
toe. The leg of the couch keeps falling on his toe, and eventually his toenail gets ripped out. I
Eesh.
don't know what they were thinking either. The scene is pretty hard to watch, and I don't really see how it's funny.
Me neither.
For many years
I don't know why they did that.
So for years.
That was just weird.
Fur Day Zombies. Alright, so Conker's Bad Fur Day was a game that parodied classic Rare games like Banjo-Kazooie. The game looked family-friendly but was completely the opposite, and that was the joke. Some kids were bought the game by parents who couldn't tell that it wasn't your standard kid-friendly collectathon. The game was released in 2001 for the Nintendo 64 and later remade on the Xbox in 2005 with better graphics and gameplay. In these games, there were zombies that are honestly kinda creepy looking. Even though
Here's a
kids
gun,
who
look at
didn't
him.
play this game, I still feel bad
I
for
never
the
played
kids
it.
who did. These little cute characters with their eyeballs popping out are just, yeah.
They're zombies.
Brian Griffin's Bad Trip.
Oh.
Family Guy episode, Seahorse Seashell Party. Brian Griffin takes mushrooms and has a really bad trip. We see the entire thing with animation that is far better than normal Family Guy.
Fucking Meg,
And it's
always.
very, very nightmarish. One of the most disturbing things is when Brian finds Peter Griffin being cooked alive on a rotisserie while singing The Wheels on the Bus. The imagery and sounds are very disturbing. I imagine some kids might have just been flipping through channels only to find this disturbing shit. Mac Tonight. Alright, so this one probably relates more to older generations, but apparently this scared some of my audience. Mac Tonight was a McDonald's mascot back in the 1980s, and you might recognize him from St. Pepsi's Late Night Delight album. More specifically, the music video for the song Enjoy Yourself. I could see why Mac Tonight could be seen as creepy, but to me he's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Commercials are really cool.
He-
have an
she
awesome
lit.
giveaway vibe going on. So if you're into that type of thing, I'd suggest checking them out. Gregory's Room. Gregory's Room is a creepypasta about a Nick Jr. show about a little character talking about how much fun he and the viewer will have together in his room. a YouTuber by the name of Seinfeld Spitstain, creator of the
What
Jimmy
in
Neutron
the
Happy Family
fuck?
Happy Hour video, made a video displaying this alleged pilot, and it's pretty creepy.
Ugh.
Mostly, Gregory states that it'll just be the two of them.
Ugh. It's
No
disgusting.
parents, no police, no one to hear you scream. He needs love.
That's weird.
Let's do a quick little hydration drinking game, alright? I say creepy a lot in these videos, you guys have pointed it out. Every time I say creepy, take a shot of water. You'll be very hydrated by the end of this.
Alright, you got it.
Tails doll. The Tails doll was a character in the game Sonic R that was just strange. The character
We passed 10 minutes already. Fuck, I'm too into this. 5 more
had
minutes.
a lot of kids playing, but that's not all. The reason most people are familiar with this character is the creepypasta that came out about it. Nowadays, the story is pretty silly, but it sure used to be creepy. It ends with a bloody plush form of the character appearing in the writer of the story's room and killing them, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of silly. Alfred's Playhouse. Alright, this is a really weird, bizarre, and disturbing
Oh
animation
shit.
series from
What the fuck?
It's about a little character named Alfred going through a bunch of crazy set pieces, and honestly, it's kinda hard to watch. There are multiple episodes, and the whole thing is just really nonsensical.
What?
I'm glad I didn't have to watch through this as a kid. I feel like it would just...
What the fuck?
Ponies sliding into boxes gone wrong. Alright, so back in the day, the Brony...
What?
Ponies sliding into boxes gone wrong. Alright, so back in the day, the Brony community was booming. Ponies were all over the internet, and if you were in that community, then you were having a lot of fun. If somehow you don't know what a Brony is, then let me just quickly let you know. Brony is a mix of bro and pony. The term was created by fans of the show on the internet message board 4chan. Generally, Bronies are just male adult fans of My Little Pony, but kids can be Bronies too. The female version is a Pegasister. The community was massive online. so much that
Pegasister,
there were
okay.
Multiple Brony conventions in real life.
A
The biggest
Brony and a
official one
Pegasister,
was
got it.
BronyCon, which I personally had a ton of fun at when I was 10 years old. Online Brony fan videos were a huge thing, and there was this one series of animations that were beloved by the community, including me. Ponies sliding into boxes. There was this one little parody of the animations where it looked normal until one of the ponies slides into a box of nails. I remember loving the original animations and always being disturbed when I've
Oh,
and
God.
I'm sure that many
Oh, that ruined people.
Dead Bart is a
Yeah,
creepypasta about
This
Chuck,
one's pretty
Bart
good.
Simpson passing away. In the story,
No, no.
the writer asks Simpsons creator Matt Groening about it. Matt then starts crying and gives him a DVD that doesn't work at first but eventually does. See, the thing is, the story explains that the reason that some episodes of The Simpsons are counted weirdly officially is because there's a missing episode, being Dead Bart. The writer then sees a weird
Yeah, he
Simpsons
died, yeah.
episode from this DVD where Bart Simpson breaks an airplane window and gets sucked out of it and dies. The Simpsons visit his grave where his body lays, and then they start crying as the camera pans out only to show a bunch of graves displaying guest stars of The Simpsons, showing their death dates, which to some are accurate, such as Michael Jackson. This frame of Homer's face melting off from an episode of The Simpsons is often showed alongside this creepypasta since he kinda looks like Bart in it. Overall, the story freaked me out despite not watching The Simpsons. It doesn't really hold up that well in terms of a story, but I still remember it fondly. Evil
Jeez.
Pickle. On October 16th, 2007, the video The Evil Pickle was released. It features a gardener picking cucumbers from her garden, only for one to grow and kill her. Said pickle then finds a boy playing piano and kills him too. A boy reading Harry Potter then starts fighting the evil pickle with a banana, eventually killing the pickle and eating it. Later, in 2018, a video by the name of Evil Pickle the Movie was released on the YouTube channel WCK Life, featuring two boys getting killed by an Evil Pickle Rick plush. There are some sequels to this video and they are all gold. Both of these Evil Pickle videos are extremely charming and I would just recommend giving them both a watch. Judge Doom's death.
What?
Judge Doom is the antagonist in the movie.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
Framed
Judge
Roger
Doom, yeah.
The character first gets
From Who
stung
Framed
by
Roger Rabbit.
melted in a very
Yeah.
weird way.
My cousins didn't like this one. They cover their eyes when they watch this scene.
Wii Crash. This one is something that I can totally personally relate to. The Nintendo Wii would sometimes just crash. Said crash wouldn't just make the Wii turn off, no. The Wii would freeze and play a really loud, high-pitched tone.
Oh shit.
This always scared me a lot.
Oh,
since
God.
what happened
That
when
is
you were
scary.
watching the Amazon Prime app, or or Netflix app, which made whatever you were watching a lot more quiet than other things on the Wii. So whenever it would crash, the sound was really, really loud. How many of you guys out there experienced this?
Never.
Last episodes. This entry is referring to the subgenre of creepypastas, talking about episodes of what are usually kids shows that are dark and creepy and often have a character be evil or die or something. Often these creepypastas are very cheap and low effort stories with super predictable plots and everything. Although I do remember being scared by quite a lot of these stories. When I was like 8 or so.
That Smile
it definitely
Dog,
makes sense
what-
that lots of other kids were
okay.
scared by these too.
I remember
Seeing
Suicide
darker
Mouse.
Versions of cartoons always freaked me out and made me see the originals in a different light a lot of the time.
My goodness.
Bloody Jigglypuff. This entry is referring to this iconic creepypasta picture of the Pokemon
Oh,
Jigglypuff
God.
with creepy bloody eyes.
Yo, it's
I
this
don't know
shadow
what to
type
say about
Pokemon,
this,
bro.
but I do want to show you this video by Adam Tiller.
Bro, what are you playing on your little flip phone? Little diamond game?
This image was used for the video displaying the backwards version of the Lavender Town theme, and it's definitely pretty creepy. Madness Combat. Madness Combat is
Lavender?
a
Oh,
series of
God.
flash animations made by Matt Jolly, also known as Crinkle.
What?
Madness Combat is a creepy. Madness Combat.
I mean,
Madness Combat is a series of flash animations made by Matt Jolly, also known as Crinkles.
Hmm.
The reason these things exist is to display excessive violence, and as a kid, I really didn't like
that
gore and bloody
that basically
violence,
is
so I
it.
told
They
them to
just
see
the guy,
some
it's the guy that
reasons
kills
to
everyone. That's it. Or like
There's also a Madness Combat
these
video game
agents.
that I just recently played
And
for
then
the
there's
first
the
time, which was
clown.
very fun.
This clown's like
These
friggin'
characters
called
have made a resurgence recently, and I'm not exactly sure why. They might be in Friday Night Funkin' or something, but lots of people are especially interested in tricking the clown.
Tricky, yeah.
Why that is, I'm not totally sure, but I'm gonna put him in the thumbnail so people click.
Nah, I'm done with this. I'm not gonna keep watching this. I'm just watching a little bit of it. That's it. It was just some icebergs. That's it. All right, I'm done, guys. I think I need to rest up. I know. We're pretty long in the stream. Almost 5 hours. Jeez, we spend the majority of that time watching videos. So that's how we do it.